All right. What's up, everyone?
Hi, welcome to episode 19 of the Loners Podcast.
Number 19. Let's roll that mother intro.
Good job. Okay, so what's up? Happy Monday. You're not going to see this on a Monday unless somehow you're watching it on a Monday, but we're not uploading it on a Monday, so, but it's Monday for us.
Wow.
How many times can I say Monday in a sentence?
So we go to Oregon in 2 days. We leave Wednesday morning.
I cannot wait to get out of LA. I feel like I need to just get the heck out of this city, so I'm actually really excited.
It's going to be fun. We're going to go see Phoebe Bridgers over there. She has a little concert that we're going to go to in Portland.
I think it's like half an hour away from Portland, but it's might as well be.
We're going to vlog that trip. We're also going to vlog just other random stuff of like fun things.
We're going to try to. We're going to do our best to get as much as we can.
We will.
It's a short trip.
We're going to we're going to do one thing that should be pretty interesting.
Well, hopefully we do it.
Well, we'll do it.
Yeah.
We'll make it work.
Okay.
We'll make it happen. But it's gonna be pretty funny, and it's gonna be like I think it'll be entertaining. So make sure to go ahead.
No, say.
Make sure to follow our vlog channel. I'll put the link in the description below.
Yes, please. Yeah. Thank you.
Cool.
We're a little more entertaining there because it's like us in our actual life versus us
doing,
just sitting and talking.
Yeah.
But yeah. So
you know what's funny? I feel like when we do this, we talk so much more like when we're not on the camera about like random interesting stuff that will just come up like at night when she takes an edible and stuff.
It's not even just at night. Like even yesterday, Brian will say something and I'll just go on a tangent and then he'll go say something back. Like, and we'll get into these conversations and I'm just like, why do I feel like I speak more freely when the camera's not there? Obviously, it's because, you know.
Yeah, I think we feel like there's a little bit of like an added pressure
almost
or something.
Like plaque on my brain as soon as the camera turns on. What are you doing?
Turning it just a little.
Just scoot in over here. What is that in the background?
The AC.
That's not going to pick up, right?
No, it's fine.
I hope not, because I didn't hear that last week.
It's fine.
Okay.
You really won't hear it that much. It just sounds like a normal AC. Like, not too bad.
But I hear the...
It's because we're hearing it through our headphones.
Okay. As long as they don't hear it.
Nah, it's fine.
Okay. So the other day I was on YouTube because I love YouTube. And I'm just scrolling through my recommended. And I see some woman pop up with like... I forgot it was like a catchy title-ish. Pretty much like... saying that she lives in her car and she lives in LA, her first vlog, like whatever. And I already follow a handful of people who like have like van life or have like they live in their car because they choose to. Okay, I'm just making that very clear. But she put like homeless or something like that. So I was like, oh shit, like that sucks. Like, okay, like let's hear her story, blah blah blah, right? So by the way, her tag name or her channel name, is All In With Ari. I think it's literally like one word, All In With Ari. And I was like, okay, let me see, like right up my interest, right? So I'm listening to her talk. She's, dropping her story and I'm like, oh wow, that like, feeling a little like sympathetic for her. And then like halfway through, there was something that was just like not sitting right with me. And I remember thinking like, she's hiding something. Like she's hiding something or she's lying about something or she's just fabricating a little bit of the truth. Like, but for the most part, I just felt like she was hiding something. And so I finished the video, but then I was like, okay, to me personally, there's a difference between being homeless and like choosing to live in your car. To me, it's a big difference. Like she was saying how she has a full-time 9-to-5 job. She was saying that basically she came from Arkansas, is now living in California. She left an abusive relationship This is all what she put in her first video, which was only maybe 3.5 weeks ago now. Her whole channel is like not even a month old as of today. So this is fresh. Like this woman like came and is slowly going out the door within a month of being on YouTube. I would not be surprised if she still ends up having some type of like career in this field, just because there are people who just don't give a shit. Let's be real. They don't care what you've done, and it's shown before, and they will still support you, and that's their own choice, whatever. But anyway, she came to California to get away from an abusive relationship. She said she originally went to go live with family. I can't remember if it was like aunts, uncles or something. I think it was to that degree. She went to go live with them. I think she said she was there about 6 months. I'm not 100% sure. And then she got like kicked out, and when she tried to like sleep in her car even outside their house, they were threatening to call the police. So in my head, I come from a very like volatile family. Okay. So I know the type of people who would do that to someone. But I also know that no matter how many people are going to do that to you, there's still going to be a handful of people who still have your back and who still like want to support you and what's best for you, whatever.
Do you think
it just felt like she had zero? She didn't have one friend.
You don't think that's possible to happen to someone?
Absolutely. It's 100% possible to happen. So that wasn't like the real red flag. I think for me, and I know this sounds kind of shallow, was like, you literally have a 9 to 5. You work full-time hours. So
why not get a place?
The minimal you can do is get a roommate.
Yeah.
Or not live in California, because California is not cheap. Pretty much everyone here, unless they are extremely wealthy, they have a roommate, or like we live together. We're pretty much roommates, even though we're together. So I don't know. So granted, if she said, I'm doing this because I want to do it, like I'm saving my money for X, Y, and Z, and that's fine. That's your choice. But she was kind of like heavy on the fact that she was homeless and now she has nowhere to go and stuff.
So you think she was heavily playing the sympathy card for people to...
I don't think she was trying to get anything from anyone initially. I think at first she was trying to... I think honestly she was trying to be like, okay, let me make a YouTube channel out of this. At least it'll give me something to do. Maybe I can monetize it later, which is totally fine. That's fine. But it got to a point where people were starting to feel bad, and they started like a donation fund for her. And then I don't know for sure if it was disclosed. I wasn't on that journey following what she's doing until it already came out that there was something fishy.
Yeah.
So what I did initially, once I had that red flag thought, I was like, okay, I'm going to look at her more recent stuff. And she still doesn't have a lot of videos. She has a lot of shorts, but most of her actual like YouTube videos, I think she has like less than 10, if that. And then she started saying some things that alluded to like people exposing her and doing this and doing that. Like I saw another one of her vlogs. It was like her day in LA. I don't know exactly what she was doing, like what she wanted to do. Like I don't know what her actual like goal was to get out of the video, but a part of the video showed her in Hollywood and whatever, have fun, whatever. Yeah. But then one part of the video showed her at the Mercedes-Benz dealer in Beverly Hills, like the one on Wilshire over here.
Yeah, you told me.
Yeah, I know. I told you. You're supposed to be like, reacting for the video. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, great. I tell Brian things. I give him cliff notes, and then I'm like, okay, let me actually get into more depth with him while we're like recording. So she goes to the Mercedes dealership, completely just like oblivious to how this could portray her in a video.
Yeah.
She's like, I've never been to Mercedes. Okay. Because when you live in your car and your next step is I'm going to get a van because I'm going to I want to live on the road, whatever.
Yeah, especially a Mercedes van.
You're not going to jump from I'm poor, help me to a Mercedes Sprinter van.
Yeah, those are like 6-figure vans.
Yeah. Which to my knowledge, those don't come like converted for you. Like they have seats and stuff, right?
Yeah, I
Like
think
they're
you
meant
have
to be like shuttles almost.
Maybe there is some that are meant for RV life.
Like they're gutted already, and I feel like you have to like specify that. I don't think you go to the dealership and buy it like that.
I'm not sure.
I could be wrong. I don't know, but none of the way she was speaking seemed like she was intending on like converting it herself. It seemed like she just wanted to buy like a already built home inside of the van, whatever.
It's probably more expensive.
But like there were even people commenting saying, "Oh, well, why don't you start with X, Y, and Z instead? Like get this type of van first. Get like this type of van first." Like I can promise you the amount of money that got donated to her is more than most of her following has in their bank account. And it's like, use that wisely. If you're gonna take help from people, like use it wisely. Don't make it feel like you're gonna jump from A to Z.
Yeah.
And then because it just shows you're stupid with money, and just as fast as you're gonna buy that, you're gonna probably lose it too, in my opinion. Like you can't keep up with that after getting it. If you and then another thing people were kind of commenting on was like she quit her job like within like 2 weeks of starting YouTube because her channel grew so quickly.
And donations stuff probably.
Donations. Obviously she's monetized now, which is fine. So it's like people are just kind of like, what's your intentions? Because it just seems there's just something so
like she set up a character to get peculiar. Like a lot of following.
So that's people's confusion. Is like they're like, did she plan this? Like so I'm not going to go as far as to believe that. I don't know what her intentions are, but I will say I'm not a professional, but she has a lot of narcissistic traits. Like
for little things she says.
Yeah, and the way she acts is very like she's not aware of how things could affect other people, and she doesn't seem like the type of person that can take accountability for anything. She's very like la-di-da-di-da, you know? Also, I saw, let me find this guy's YouTube channel. He made a whole like trying to expose her. His channel name is Lycan Legion. He pretty much like went through court documents of her. He found out that she's like been arrested a few times. I don't think there were anything like crazy. I think the craziest thing was like she was shoplifting. So who has
damn, that guy's title is pretty. That guy's title is exposed as an abusive mother.
Yeah. So the reason he says that is because so in these documents he pretty much exposes like what was going on when she was in Arkansas, and it was not pretty. It was like
she claimed that she was in an abusive relationship, right?
Yeah, so
Did she ever mention that she had a kid initially?
Never. She didn't I think literally yesterday she put a video saying. So listen to this. This also rubbed me the wrong way. She posted a video yesterday basically saying like, I'm exposed, haha, like whatever, trying to like explain what she's been exposed for, like almost like defending it. Yeah. But she didn't really touch too much on her son, you know, which was really weird. She's like, yeah, I do have a son, but like that's all you would get out of her. But like people are pulling up receipts of you losing custody of your kid and why. And
well, it says like she wasn't fit to be a mother and stuff like that. So
this is what the court documents are saying. They're saying that basically when she was in Arkansas, the father of her baby, I don't know if they were together. This guy makes it sound like they were, but in the documents it doesn't say they were married or together. So he kind of like alludes that she was like cheating on him, but I'm like, you don't know if she was cheating because it doesn't say they were together. Yeah. And I'm gonna be real with you, I don't think they were together because you'll find out why. So basically the father of her baby goes on like trips for work. So like he'll be somewhere for work for like a week and then come home for a couple weeks, and then it's like a cycle. So according to him, the baby would be with his parents sometimes if it was like his turn to have the kid or whatever, and she would be with the kid sometimes, like, you know, whatever. So again, you guys should look this up for yourself. Like, go look at this guy's video. He has all the documents. Lycan Legion. Ow, babe, you're hurting.
Sorry.
But basically, she took the kid to the hospital because of a head injury. Kid
Mhm.
had a fractured skull. The kid's,
How old was he when
I
this
want to
happened?
say 3 months. I could
Oh
be
damn,
wrong.
like super young.
Yeah, like
Shit.
baby.
Yeah.
So she was refusing to let the father of the kids, his parents, who were in town because he was like in Texas on a work trip, refusing to let them see the baby, which is fucked up because if you're cool with the dad, like why aren't you letting the grandparents? Whatever. She was saying she was protecting the kid. Okay.
From
Then
like
when they assessed everything, the dad came back. He rushed home to check, see what's going on, and he fought for custody of the kid, and he won full custody of the kid. I don't know about you, but if I didn't do anything physically wrong to my child and I'm in the situation, like I'm gonna make sure I don't lose custody of my kid.
Yeah.
And yeah,
So
from
she essentially completely lost custody to her
the
child.
guy has full custody, and
Yeah.
the kid's probably like 9 or 10 years old now.
Oh, so this was a while back.
So
Yeah. How old is she? Ari.
I don't know. So if you're so like, I think she's 32 now. She said so. She was like 23 when she had the kid. I just feel like if you're, because she claims she's like, you know, religious and blah blah blah, whatever. I feel like if you're so saved and so like on a righteous path now, like why aren't you taking steps to have a relationship with your kid, to have your kid in your life? Like I would regret nothing more than losing my child if I did.
Yeah.
And I would do whatever it took to have that kid in my life. And the last thing I would think about is moving across the fucking country to a whole nother state for my benefit. So basically the guy she was hanging out with, talking to, whatever, I don't know if it was her actual boyfriend, the abusive person was someone else. It wasn't the father,
actual father
of the kid.
That's what I was wondering.
Okay,
Yeah.
so she was living with someone who, in the court documents, I forgot what they state him as, but they pretty much say he's like a questionable character.
Mhm.
He's not someone that has a good track record.
Yeah.
And she was living with him, and they were like, just had a toxic relationship, whether they were dating or just friends with benefits or just, I don't know, like roommates. I don't know. They had a very toxic relationship. And, so if you ever watch her first video and she's saying she was leaving a relationship,
Abusive, yeah,
whatever, I'm
it's
pretty
not the
sure.
father. Yeah.
From my understanding, no, because you and if the father got custody of the kid 9 years ago when the kid was hurt, how are you? Because some people think that it was him that she left, but I'm like, well, how is it going to be him if he got custody of your kid? So that doesn't make sense if you ask me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it doesn't.
Maybe I'm
So
wrong.
there
If
is
you
a lot
find
of
out
her
more,
story that kind of like doesn't. Yeah.
if you find more details and you know, by all
Comment
means,
down below
'cause I don't
and
have,
like and subscribe. You know.
Yes, please. So yeah, it seems like she was escaping this person, because if that guy was like super toxic and you felt like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
she basically said that her coworkers were telling her that if you don't leave him, you're gonna end up on the news one night. Like we're gonna see your face on the news, like something happened to you.
Mhm.
So if that were the kid's dad, you're not gonna leave your kid with him. You know what I mean? So this is why I assume it's the other dude. But yeah, so she left, came to California. She was having a shitty night, I guess, and said, I'm gonna make a YouTube video. By all means, do your thing. Like, speak your truth, do what you gotta do, whatever. But, pretty much don't lie. Also, her name is actually Ari. She changed it to Ron. Oh no, her name's Ronnie.
Yeah.
She changed it to Ari because she claims she was trying to leave that behind her.
Yeah, and all this stuff that happened in the past is all taking place in Arkansas.
Up until the YouTube, yeah.
Yeah.
So that was all out there. I know there's stuff I'm forgetting.
What if she's like this? I don't want to like. It's just this is just like a
What?
imaginary thing. But imagine if she's like this, has this crazy thing that happened back in Arkansas that she like did something super
People
bad,
think she's
and she just like
running-
escaped over here to
That's
the other
A
side.
lot of people have that theory. They're like, she did, like she's running away from something.
Yeah.
But then a logical person would say,
Why be on
why
YouTube?
would you be on the internet? But if you see her demeanor, if you have any good skills at reading people's energy or just like their demeanor, you're gonna see there's something off with her. So in the beginning, when people were commenting all these nice things, I was like, you guys are idiots. Like, you actually are buying this bullshit. Granted, if the only video that showed was that first one, even though I got some weird red flags out of it, I still wouldn't be like, oh my God, you guys are stupid for believing her, or like, there's red flag. I wouldn't say that, but I would not leave a comment like, hang in there, girl, you're doing the best you can. No, because I just can tell there was something off. And a lot of people were just like, truly
eating it up,
drinking that Kool-Aid. And I'm like, y'all need to read people a little better. And then the more that came out, it just
maybe as she saw that people were like feeding into it, she's like, there's an opportunity here for me to keep doing this and build a following, which
would be great if you were being honest from the beginning. I'm not saying you have to tell everyone you have a kid and you lost custody right away, but you're painting certain people in a light that is bullshit just to make you look like a victim.
Yeah.
Instead of like giving the minimal, you know?
Yeah.
And I also, again, I know it might not be a big deal to some people, but like for you to claim you're homeless when you're not actually homeless is irritating, because we are surrounded by homeless people all the time here.
Yeah.
You're not homeless. You're choosing to live in your car, which is perfectly fine. Do your thing. Okay? But you're trying to get like sympathy points off people off the internet. And,
so have these people that are exposing her or anything, that have they brought out documents that prove that she was lying?
What do you mean lying?
Or she was just hiding things, like she wasn't saying certain things?
What do you mean? Like
the videos that are exposing, are any of the documents they're bringing out, are they showing that she was lying about specific things? Like, are they showing the opposite of what she's saying? Like, are they proving it, or is it just like they're having proof of things that she never talked about?
No, these documents are...
They're hidden
They're
things.
just court documents that needed to be on paper that have to do with her custody battle.
Got it.
And what happened with her kid. That's it. When it comes to like her coming out here staying with family, and then they are like...
there's no way to really prove that.
You don't know. It's he said, she said, unless cops got involved, then there's like assault and, you know, whatever. And then it's like, okay, whatever. So that, as for right now, is definitely he said, she said stuff. I remember seeing a couple comments that seemed like there were people that knew her or were involved. And just as quickly those comments came, they were gone. Because I remember looking.
You think she deleted them?
Obviously. I doubt the person writing them did. Because there was like detailed things. Like, or how about when you did X, Y? And I was just like, oh, shit.
That was a very specific thing, like if they knew her.
Yeah. And then I said something. I can't remember. I said something so surface level. Just kind of like, gosh, what did I say? I left a comment on one of her videos that was pretty much just saying like, oh, I can't believe people actually are believing this girl still, like these videos later. And then
Linda calling people out.
So I don't know if it's just because, yeah, right. It was such a surface level comment compared to the other stuff. But I don't know if, because my last name is Hispanic, if people thought something, because someone responded and was like, oh, are you related to so-and-so? I think someone that knows her or the situation. And I was like, no. And then I was like, okay, I'm deleting my comment. I don't want it to look like I know someone or whatever.
That's interesting though, because what if there are people back home like that would be able to prove her wrong, and she knows that, and as she gets bigger, she probably knows that she's gonna have more trouble with people she actually knows if she's hiding stuff.
I guess I don't think her coming out here and doing I don't know. I don't think like her starting a channel and trying to build a community is an issue. You know, I think that it's the fact that she's coming out here, running away from she's saying she's running away from some guy. If you're running away from him because she also said like,
you also wouldn't
hold on.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I literally lose my train of thought so quickly when I'm talking on the camera. I don't know what it is. I can't hold my thought when I'm on camera for some reason.
Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. God dang it. Hold on. This happens to me all the time. It drives me crazy.
You said she was saying that she was running away from someone.
She was saying that when she left to come here, that she didn't even tell her partner or the guy she was with, whatever, that she was gonna stay here. Like, she made it seem like, I'm just gonna go visit some family, blah blah blah. Like, why are you making it pretty known where you're at if you're running away from this dude and you're afraid of him and blah 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 blah?
But yeah, I also feel like, and it sounds kind of bad, but like, I don't think he would just be, if he's as abusive as she's saying he is, I don't think he would just be cool to let her like leave like that.
Well, she's saying that there were times where she felt like she wanted to, but she didn't know how. She felt trapped, which is valid. I get, like, there are a lot of women in abusive relationships, and that has to be a scary feeling to try and exit, because you don't know more than that.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to sit here and act like she wasn't abused or this, blah, blah, blah. I don't know her. I don't know her story. I don't know what's true and what's not. But the last thing I'm going to do is, if I came out here and I am running away from someone, is be on the internet showing where the fuck I'm at all the time. Like, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Especially if I don't want this person to find me.
Well, the other thing that I was noticing, like when you were showing me right now her video that she recently posted, if she was running away from someone, she would not put the location, the exact location. Yeah, it literally says
Santa Monica.
Yeah, and that's a very, like, Santa Monica's not a big place. Like,
yeah, if he knows her car, he'll find her.
Yeah, you could find someone in Santa Monica pretty quickly.
There's times we're driving, like, at the same time, and we'll run into each other. LA is not, it's big, but it's not.
Yeah, I mean, it depends where you're at too in LA, but like Santa Monica is kind of like a small little area. So why would you tag yourself in that specific location also on YouTube?
This video, the recent one that came out like a day ago, I don't know if I mentioned this, but it literally is her saying like, oh, I'm exposed, and then Santa Monica vlog. So I'm like, how out of touch with the gravity of the situation that you are in? Like, how how do you not understand how, like, it looks psychotic? It really does.
Well, maybe she is. Maybe she is kind of like a little out of it.
I think she is, because you're, for the first like half of the video, you're addressing something very serious that you should just be one-on-one with the camera. You shouldn't be driving, having a chit chat. It's not one of those videos. But yeah, that's what she did. And then she's like, okay, well, here's a vlog now, like, pretty much.
Yeah.
Ends her little chit chat, and then starts vlogging her fucking day. Like, that's not the same video. You don't put that in the same video.
Yeah.
You have to be very out of touch with reading
what's happening.
Like,
read the room. So essentially,
and she's older than us. Like, she's not a Gen Z. Like, she's not figuring out life right now.
Essentially,
whatever.
What we're all looking to find out is she a scamming character that created this identity to get sympathy and money?
What do you
from
think?
People? Well, I'm asking anyone
I want to know what you
think.
Do you think she went into this being like, people are going to feel bad,
I
and
think
they're going to want to help me?
I think she blew up way quicker than she ever expected.
Yeah, I agree.
And so it's probably gone to her head how many followers she has now in such a short period of time.
Yeah, I could see that.
So that's probably has to do with a little bit with the narcissistic things she's not noticing. And she's like, look
Everybody
at me now.
Loves
I have almost 100,000 followers now.
Yeah,
like,
everyone loves
look how
me.
big I am now. Like, it's probably hitting her.
And it almost like feeds the
ego.
narrative she's telling herself that she's a victim.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Maybe she is a victim to abuse, like domestic abuse. 100%. Like, I will not say
anything bad about that.
I can't because I don't know. And I don't know the people involved. But documents like that don't lie, and you fucked up as a mother. Like, period. And the fact that it's been, I'm just going to say, there's people in my family who have, like, not been great parents and lost their kids in certain situations, and even they were able to have a comeback.
Relationship, yeah.
And it's,
I mean, he's
bad. It was way worse than that shit. Yeah. Like, and they were able to somehow get their kid back in their fucking hands and
or
stuff.
in their life at all.
Whatever the hell.
But if the husband's not the abusive one, then why not just like reach out?
What do you mean?
If the husband wasn't the abusive person in her life, why not reach out?
We don't know the dynamic between that too. We don't know. Maybe they stopped talking because of that. Maybe we don't know logistics of that. We just know what the court is saying. And again, it'll just be a he said, she said situation. And I can only imagine that if the husband, what?
What?
Oh, I thought you were
Oh,
telling
my
me
bad.
that thing
No, no,
turned
no.
off. Babe, you have a scratch. I can only imagine that if the husband fought for full custody, that he just doesn't trust her
Yeah.
abilities
Well,
as a mother.
I mean, I guess the court doesn't trust it either, but I don't know how well the court actually does with saying correctly who like should get the child.
I don't know how it is in Arkansas, but I know out here, most judges are slightly more biased for the mom. Like they want the child to be within the mom's care, even if it's just a partial custody.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's like that in Arkansas. I just know that like here they
side with the women more.
It's not that they side with the woman more, but they definitely
Are in favor of that.
They want to see a mother in the kid's life.
Yeah.
Unless the woman is in and out of jail or on drugs or like it's something pretty substantial.
I mean, I'm not 100% sure, but I mean, I would think that the father chooses to walk out of a life of a kid more than a mother in general, of like just numbers of like how many numbers that is. I feel like
you're saying statistically.
I
Yeah,
feel like
obviously more men leave. That's just normal.
I would
like,
think,
unfortunately.
right? I would think that's how it is.
Yeah, which is still fucked up.
I'm not 100% sure, but it's just from what I've seen. Maybe I'm being biased.
It's easier for men to leave. That's why. It is. So I'm just going to say at the end of the day, I think that this comes down to like mental issues, like mental health issues. And like, I can't imagine that she has seen a therapist anytime soon.
Yeah.
Because if so, I think that they would have to definitely like treat these habits that she's having, because she definitely has something neurologically like going on like in her brain. I really do think so, because I don't want to say I'm not a professional, okay? I'm just going based off like what I've heard or seen, and at first I was like, maybe she is like has a personality disorder, like maybe she's a little bipolar or something like that, but nah, I think she's very much a narcissist.
Yeah.
And I know that word can be overused because some people use narcissism as a way to describe someone who's like vain, which is not the same at all. Like, I truly think she has no empathy for her actions, and she can't imagine that her actions can affect anyone else. And when something is bothering her or is affecting her, it seems like 10 times worse than it would if someone else was going through the same thing. Like, I don't think she realizes that other people in the world exist.
Yeah.
And are valued the way that she values herself. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I haven't watched or heard every little detail about her. One of my biggest questions was like, what's her dynamic with her parents? That's something that I didn't see at all.
She hasn't mentioned that?
I don't know, because I haven't. I'll watch what I can. There's only so much I could sit there and be like, and she doesn't have a lot of videos, but I'm not going to sit there and give her that much time. I'm watching what I think needs to be watched, and the second I see Santa Monica palm trees and vlogging, I'm like, I'm done. Like, unless it's you talking about something, I'm not going to hear it, because I'm not watching to indulge. I'm watching to get information.
Yeah, so you think do you think she initially exaggerated the situation?
I don't think she exaggerated. I think that she said what was like her, I hate saying your truth, her truth, whatever. I think it was what she wants to sell.
That's what I'm saying.
So I don't know if it's like exaggerated or if she left parts out so it makes her look better.
So it fits her narrative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you can say in a toxic relationship, it can be two people who are equally toxic. But if you don't say what you were doing toxic wise, but only that person, it can make you look way better. Yeah. But I don't know. Like, that also that can also sound like victim blaming in a sense, because you're only hearing one side of the story. You're not hearing the other side.
So do you think she has anything that is genuine and that you agree with her on?
I don't know. It's hard to feel. It almost feels like you're going to be vulnerable once you establish someone as a narcissist and you're like, they definitely have like
those qualities,
personality issues. It's hard to believe anything they say. You almost have to just take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
And
Well, because I feel like those people are really good at like they're almost like in denial in their own heads that whatever they say I think is right.
oh yeah, it's their word. That's it.
Even if other
It's
things are
truth.
showing the truth, they won't.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't exist if it's against them.
Yeah.
So, and it sucks because it's not like, I hate to say this, but you almost can't blame them because they're not
They don't know any
aware
better. Yeah.
of how
Yeah.
they're presenting themselves.
It's also a habit that she's probably had for a long time now.
Right.
Yeah.
And untreated, or like, it doesn't sound like she's been in the best relationships with like family or friends or partners. So it's kind of like, no, it doesn't seem like any of them were out there trying to like say, oh, this isn't something you're doing because you want to. This is just a personality trait of yours that is untreated. And that sucks.
Yeah.
You know, because I know there's a lot of people, like, you know, there's people in my family who have a lot of mental issues and they will refuse to address it. Therefore, it almost like enables them to continue to act that way. And because the people they're shitting on or treating like shit because of it, also, a lot of them also don't believe in that mental health is like an actual issue.
Yeah.
They just think this person's doing that by choice.
Yeah.
Which, don't get me wrong, we're all responsible for our choices and decisions and stuff like that. That's a whole nother conversation. But, you know, it's not like, yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I do.
It's just like it's just a toxic cycle unless you're around people who are willing
breaking out of that or are different than that.
Or are genuinely supportive and are like, okay, listen, boo, you gotta do something about this.
Yeah. I feel you.
But
I don't know. I think as time goes by, we'll continue to see more and more of like, is she being truthful? Is she not being truthful? What is exaggerated and what is really just for a character?
You might see more of her because according to her, someone in the production of Squid Games, the reality show, you know how they're making one, reached out to her to see if she wants to go on it.
Yeah.
Because they see that she doesn't have money, apparently.
Well, I 100% think that they'll pick her to be on it because she already has people who like and hate. And so she'll be a character of interest in that whole scenario.
Totally, 100%.
Because people will be like, oh, like I like her. Oh, I don't like her. Like, so they'll definitely pick her.
People love that. Yeah. So, which is whatever. Get your bag, whatever. But I think that they were reaching out to her before they realized like everything else that's coming out. Because I don't think they would reach out if they knew all that. In my opinion.
Yeah, they might though, babe.
I think they saw a girl who's homeless and is finally getting a following and support, and they're like, shit, like she's upcoming, so let's get her on. She's bringing a following.
Maybe.
I don't think they saw the hate when they reached out because it didn't seem like they did. It didn't seem like there was anything negative coming out when she put that video out there.
Yeah.
I don't know, guys. I know, like, to some people, you're probably just like, oh, whatever, who cares? It's another person on the internet who scammed or conned people for some coin. But I think for me, the real pressing issue was the child. Like, I can sit here all day and say, fuck kids, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, like, it says a lot when you lose a kid as a mother. It really does. Or even as a father. It says a lot. And it's been almost 10 years and you haven't tried to get custody back. Like, your main focus right now shouldn't be what van am I gonna buy. It should be how am I gonna build a life for me and my kid. Like,
how am I gonna get in touch with them again and get a relationship again?
Right.
Yeah.
And I don't know, that's just my 2 cents. So thanks for watching. Sorry that kind of like went on a long
No, I mean, well, that was what the video's about, so it's fine. We're gonna
you guys, like, do your own little research if this sparked your interest.
Leave what you think below. Also, leave, like, any topics that you think would want to, like, hear about or something. I think there's a few that I definitely want to talk about coming up maybe in the next few weeks.
Such as?
Just things in general, like healthcare, America, like comparing to other countries, like just about certain aspects. There's a lot of things that are like obviously kind of boring, I guess, that are in like that area, but it's like I think it's a huge issue right now that we have that we need to discuss. And I think that the younger generation is starting to kind of open up a little bit more with it. Just,
They're
We just need
starting to-
those older people who are just only set in their ways to kind of die off already. But
boomers. You can
Yeah.
say it.
they're,
Respectfully,
they're the only ones that don't want things to change because it won't benefit them
Listen,
monetarily.
I'm not saying I want anyone dead, but I will be a lot happier once boomers do not exist
Well,
anymore.
specifically the ones who don't care about people; they just care about what's benefiting them. Like
Well, a lot
Bernie,
of them
Bernie's
lived,
a boomer, but Bernie
I
actually
understand.
cares about people.
But most like the world they grew up in is not even a fraction of what it is now.
Yeah,
And
but they
I'm-
think it still should work that way.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's they just see like, you guys have all this stuff, blah
Yeah.
blah blah. Well, it doesn't just because there's more technology and there's more access to things does not make things easier. If anything, it's just like another thing to like have to learn and have to like keep
Yeah.
up with. Like everything has its value and everything has like where it's holding you back too, you know. And to me, like simpler times, I'll take simpler times over this shit nowadays. Everything is so
Yeah.
mass produced. Everything is so like, I don't want to say complicated, but it's like
Yeah.
it's just too much. It's
Yeah.
a lot to keep up with. It's like constantly being shoved down our throats. Something new is happening.
Yeah, I mean
in
they're
the
just
world.
focusing on like mass consumerism and like everyone to just continue to buy their shit and like just pushing it on everyone.
Which is so wild because we're living like our economy's shit right now. I don't even know if we're technically still in a recession. One day you see, it hears we are. It hears, sorry. It sounds
don't
like we
know.
are, and the next minute it sounds like, oh no, actually things aren't as bad as we thought. After like quarter reports.
I think
come
a
in,
lot
it's
of
like,
what they say are just kind of like they're just kind of like bullshitting just to like because they know majority of people don't fucking listen to that or what they're saying. They don't. They
it's
know
just
that
a
most
lot.
people don't
It's
care.
it's information overload.
But it is coming at the expense of people who are like working people or like people who aren't extremely wealthy. It's coming at the expense of all the other people, not the 1%.
Middle class.
Everyone besides
Everything
the 1%.
comes at the middle class and lower class expense. Everything.
But it's happening more and more. But what I really feel like is happening is you're getting there's a battle between Democrats and Republicans, and they're having their own little battle in their own world, and we're just kind of like it's happening at our expense as being the people.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, they're just making the decisions.
They're just
that
doing shit to
literally
fight
aren't
with each
gonna
other.
affect them
They're
at
having like
all.
a dick swinging contest.
That's how governments are, and that's why I'm
It's
ready for
stupid.
women to run the world, because men have only done
I just
nothing but
thi-
destroying it.
Yeah, I just think we need to try something different, even if it doesn't work. We just need to try something
Who is
different.
fuck? Who was the prime minister? What's her name?
Of war.
I forgot. This is recent. Fuck. Sorry, I wasn't prepared for this. But they just like got someone at like a private event she was at, like I don't know if it was a party or whatever the fuck. She was just enjoying, like literally just enjoying herself, like dancing, sing, like whatever. And they were trying to shit on her for that. And she's like, I am young. I'm going to live my life. I'm going to do my job at the end of the day. Oh my God, I can't talk.
At the end of the day, yeah.
At the end of the day.
But I'm gonna enjoy myself.
But I'm a human first. And preach, bitch. The fact that they expect women, if they're a leader, like the boys go out, can go fucking golf. They can go to
They
their
can
little
go hook up
weird
with
little orgy party. They
prostitutes.
can go do whatever the hell they're doing behind the scenes. But the second a female is out dancing and singing with friends and drinking and hanging out, no, she's not fit. This is why we can't have women. It's like, shut the fuck up, okay? You all just want women to be boring and just sitting there saying yes sir, no, whatever the hell. I'm just like, it's stupid. So preach to her, because
Yeah,
she didn't let them get to her. She wasn't like, oh, I need to apologize for this, which I think is what they
if you
wanted.
remember who she is, we'll mention it in the next
Literally,
podcast.
I'm gonna find
Yeah,
it
just
right
look it up real
now
quick.
because this was a few days ago.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm not good with fucking names ever. You can put like,
Yeah.
you can say Brad Pitt. I can't think of Brad Pitt's face in my
Yes,
head.
you can. Shut up.
I literally can't.
Whatever. So, I don't know. I just think like if literally every other country is able to think about humans first before certain things, like, and they've been around much longer than us, like, I mean, we should kind of think like, hey, maybe we should put humanity before certain things,
This woman,
at least in certain areas.
Sanna Marin, she's a Finnish prime minister. Women are posting their own dancing videos in support. Oh, that's funny. They're
That's
posting.
funny. Yeah.
Oh,
So okay. But I also, it's just, yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, she was literally just vibing. Like, God forbid
I
she
know.
has a life.
But all these other countries too, they seem to have their quality of life stats are extremely much higher than U.S.
Because we're stuck here.
They do all have like a social safety net. That's the thing that I think.
Yeah, I'm tired of being gaslit that because we're not like chained to a fucking building that we are. You guys should be so grateful. You should be like whatever the fuck. It's
Yeah,
like
I know.
Don't call yourself America and then anyway, we're gonna get into this in the episode.
We'll do another
okay?
episode about we'll have like a topic about certain things like that.
Well,
and we'll bring the
get your
documents and we'll do the research more and
bringing
stuff.
no documents.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say how I feel.
I'll get better at like
But I'm getting
sharing
hungry.
my sharing the screen and screen recording and putting it a little up and stuff like that.
Where'd
But
you
yeah.
get the scratch, babe?
When I
Max?
was so our washing machine also has been acting a fool, and so when you put the quarters in, you have to like fucking hit it. And actually, I need to go put the laundry in the dryer.
Thank you.
Yeah. So
You got in a fight with the.
yeah. All right. See you next time, loners. Comment, like, subscribe. Do it. It's okay. It won't hurt you.
It's okay. It's
All
free.
right.
Bye. We'll see you next week.
See you next time.